And here we have Duff, Duff Light, and our newest flavor, Duff Dry. What does the future hold for Duff? Let's just say we've got a few ideas up our sleeve.
Like what?
I'd rather not get into it right now.
Why not?
All right. We don't have any ideas for the future. We got nothing. Happy?
No.
I bring you love.
Is that the love between a man and a woman, or the love of a man for a fine Cuban cigar?
I bring you love.
It's bringing love. Don't let it get away.
Break its legs.
I bring you love, Bancroft. How are you?
I bring you a Rubik's Cube.
Oh. He was trying to sell this to me before the stream.
I
He's
was
like,
like,
you want to see me
people-
solve a Rubik's Cube? I'm like, no.
People
no
want
one
to
does.
see. I just learned how to do a Rubik's Cube. I think, look, I did the white cross and everything. And then Victoria said to me, there's kids in my school that can do it in 5 seconds. And I was like, well, I'm not that quick.
It's crazy. How are you, dude?
Good. I'm just sending a print file to the printer. I just got to there were just a few little things I needed to adjust and on the cover. And when now that's done, it's I've got the magnets. They're all coming in. Everything's here. We got the bookmarks in yesterday. I showed my bookmarks, didn't I, to you? You saw them.
I did, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I also used
interesting. This
all
is,
of my good content on your show yesterday with that. Who do we get rid
Oh, yeah.
of? So,
Yeah.
thanks.
I don't know what's been going on with you lately, Rob. I don't know. I don't like this Rob,
I'm in the zone.
the funny man with good ideas.
Hey, it's only taken 3 years. I mean, had to get there eventually, yeah. All right, let's say hi to people in the chat. David G's first. Awesome. Nomad Damon. To the question in the thumbnail, yes.
Too bad.
To sick or M. Oh god, I'm not even following what you guys are talking about. Tank Ferret's here. He's off to bed. Eric Grant, good to see you. Eklund Nemo says, fairly sure it's get woke, go broke. I think
Yeah, I don't like this go woke, go broke thing.
Makes more sense though, like it rhymes, like it's got the same kind of
get woke, go broke. You need a little. It can't be go woke, go broke. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
Dave Brinks in the house. Mo Biggs, good to see Mo. It's not the same if Mo's not here. John F76 bootlegs here. Imagine how shitty the office would be, but can you imagine? They will reboot it at some stage, and it will be a woke fest. Noran Rad's here.
I don't even think they try comedy anymore. I don't think that's in their wheelhouse anymore.
Well, I mean, they try serious, and we get comedy. That's what happens. John's here. Jolly Green. Scrolling down. Jay Lee. Sign up to the Steins. I think he's launching that soon, Mike. You probably know. You know these things. Mike TV Dub.
I think he is. Not like soon.
Michael Ditchy. Mo says, don't worry, Bancroft. Those kids in her class are robots.
Yeah. They've got no life. I mean, I have a life. I can't be doing Rubik's Cubes in 5 seconds. Oh, this Friday it's going live. Holy cow.
You shouldn't be doing Rubik's Cubes anyway. It's a waste of your time. JC's here. I wonder if Jim Cox likes being called JC, or is that too close,
Jay Lee, where are you launching Steins?
Yeah, good
where?
input.
When? How?
No one nowhere's here. Scrolling down. Still getting there. Kick Rob. Oh, sorry. Bretsky's in the house. Yep, that's it. Done. Awesome. Cool. So, too many people, Dave says, too many people continue to consume woke for it to really go broke. Have you looked at the whole DCU thing, Mike? Do you care? Does anyone care anymore?
I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't watched any of the content. I didn't watch Camel. I didn't watch Ethan. I don't know. I might look into it. People care. A lot of people care. That's the thing. Like, we get in this crowd, we're all a bit jaded. We're all a bit, we've been there, we've done that. We're many years in, you know? So a lot of people, you ask their opinion in this crowd and they'll be like, nah, who gives a shit? Move on to something else. But the numbers don't lie. A lot of people do. Like, there's like the biggest person in CG, Ethan, can get what, 1,000 to 1,500 watching his streams, whereas the people who talk culture war stuff, I think, is Nerdrotic. I don't think there's anyone bigger. They can get like 15,000. So people do care.
But I mean, Ethan can talk about whatever he wants and still get 1,000 people, really. I mean,
I'm sure they can as well.
Dave says, I wish people stopped caring. Yeah, man. Okay, so let's go through this quickly because I don't know how much you guys actually care about it. But I just like, isn't it too late? Like, Marvel, like, how far? We're in phase 4 of Marvel already. And how many movies has there been? And now they're finally doing the DCU that way James Gunn wants to do it.
I don't think it's too late. It's like, that's like saying, oh, you missed out. Like, sorry, we don't need any more authors. We don't need any more artists. We don't need any more writers or script writers. Like, it's like, as long as people will always want something that's good. If they made a DC, why is it is it the DCEU? Why isn't it just DCU? What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
Anyway,
what's the E for?
I don't know what the E is. Anyway, if they made that as good as phase 1 to 3 of MCU, of course people would want that and love it. Why wouldn't they?
That's not going to happen, though. That's the thing.
I know that, but I'm just saying.
So they're kicking it off with a 7-episode animated series called Creature Commandos. Originally a team of classic monsters assembled to fight Nazis. It's a modern take on the concept. Okay. Then it goes into Waller. I mean, do people care enough about Amanda Waller for a whole TV show?
What is that? I don't even know what that is. You have to educate me. I know Superman. I know Batman. I know the Joker. I know of the Flash and the Green Man. But that's about it.
Waller is in charge of what's the thing called, guys? She runs the Suicide Squad as
oh yeah, I saw that. I mean, I watched a little bit of it. I didn't stick around to watch the whole thing. It seemed silly, but
then we've got a Superman Legacy movie. Can I admit something, Bancroft, that I think chat are gonna hate me for? I don't actually like Superman.
It's just because you're I'm not going to be mean. Okay, all right. Fair enough. Everyone's allowed to like and not like things, I suppose. I mean, when I say I like Superman, what do I mean? I liked the movies, the originals. I think I've read one Superman book in my entire life, and that was The Death of Superman, and there were barely any words in it. It was about 20 pictures. That was the whole thing. It was just a 20-picture comic book.
Unsubscribed. I don't know. I can't. I wasn't brought up on Superman, right? So it's hard for me to feel what you guys
What do you mean? You didn't watch
Superman.
the movies or anything?
Well, not really, man. Not really. And like comic wise, like I've said, Judge Dredd, Phantom. That's what I had, but I don't know. I never really got Superman. I never really. I feel like it's more an American thing than it is like an Australian thing, Bancroft.
No, it's a worldwide thing. You just
because they have that sense of loyalty and patriotism that Superman has. I just don't think we do. I
don't think loyalty and patriotism are a uniquely American thing. But he is truth, justice in the American way. But it's like, doesn't matter. I mean, it was good movies, you know.
Boo. Yeah, I've upset the people with this comment.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it was the American way. It's not anymore, is it? It's the universal way. I don't know. Like
I just,
it's just like,
update on the cube. I've done all the bottom ones here.
it's
important. But Rob, people don't want to hear about Superman. They want to see me finish this cube. I've got the top to go, so we'll get onto that. Sark, yeah, look, Sark is like, what are you talking about, Rob?
I don't know. Everything I've seen with Superman basically comes down to he's too powerful for everyone, and then someone has kryptonite, and it turns into a shit fight. It's just I don't get it. I don't get it. Mo says we need to make an Aussie Superman that Rob can believe in, the Dinky Dynamo. Yeah, sounds great. What's up, Phil?
Well, we do have, we have Bazza the Bogan Barbarian. I've got a Baz. Do you have a Bazza the Bogan Barbarian comic?
No, I don't.
I do.
The Authority. I don't know what that is. Paradise Lost. The Brave and the Bold.
Paradise Lost. Isn't that a friggin'? That's a novel by what's his face? Faust. No, is that who it is? What is Paradise Lost?
The duo described this HBO Max series as a Game of Thrones style drama on the all-female island that is Wonder Woman's birthplace.
Milton. John Milton. Faust is it? Who's Faust? I don't know. Anyway. Moving on.
Batman sequel. And so they're going to recast Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman again. And
no, Batman's Pattinson, yeah.
No, because what they're doing
Batman will continue.
No, there is the DC EU, which is what Gunn is doing, and then I forget what it's called. Someone in chat remind me, but there is a separate world where Pattinson continues to play Batman in that world.
A different Batman.
Yeah, it's not the DC EU that Gunn is going to do. He's part of this other world in which Batman, that type of Batman, lives. James Gunn had a word for it. I can't remember what it is.
Did you see what Pattinson's been up to?
No.
Share my screen.
Blowing dudes behind the DC
Maybe.
Elseworld. DC Elseworld. I mean,
hang on, I got to click onto it. How do I click onto it? It won't let me. What does this button do? Come on, get in there. You can't see his full skirt. I don't know why. Click. It's not letting me. But he's wearing a skirt with leather women's boots.
You wonder why no one likes celebrities anymore. It's like shit like this doesn't help. It's wear a skirt.
Do you think he wants to wear that? Or they're like, you're wearing this, motherfucker.
No, I think he wants to wear that.
This is what you're wearing. It's Dior. And get out there and shake your moneymaker and, present a gender non-binary image for our company. I'm really annoyed that it's not letting me. I'm going to open image in new tab. How about that? Anyway,
let's get rid of that. Booster Gold. What do you guys think of Booster Gold? I mean, I watched.
No idea what that is.
You've never seen Booster Gold? Yeah, he's this hero from the future. Well, no, he's just a dude from the future that comes back in time and pretends to be a superhero. It's like, why? Why even bother? Is anyone excited for that? I know people are kind of cult fans of Booster Gold, so I wouldn't be surprised if you guys in chat actually looking forward to that. Booster Gold's okay. Booster Gold is awesome.
Again, I am happy if any of this is good. Let's go back to what phase 2 or 3 of phase 2 of the MCU. I'd never heard of Guardians of the Galaxy.
And
all of a sudden it's probably in my top 3 Marvel movies, you know? So it's like, hey, if it's good, let's bring it. I don't care about it now. No. If it looks anything like what DC have been doing sort of recently, except for Batman, which I did like the Black Adam, not interested. What was the other one? Suicide Squad, vomit. Yeah, if it looks anything like that, then no, I'm not interested. But I don't know. We'll see.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, taking its cues from the recent Tom King written miniseries. This movie promises a different take than what most think of when Superman's cousin comes to mind. No thanks. And then Swamp Thing, a horror film that promises to close out the first chapter. Like with Marvel, and when they started, they didn't have all the A-list characters that I assume they wanted to go with at the time.
Like the X-Men and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Primarily. Like that's actually pretty amazing when you think about that they did the MCU, the entire thing, without Spider-Man and the X-Men. That's pretty cool. I mean, eventually they did get Spider-Man in there. But when they started with Iron Man, Captain America, and they never really had the X-Men in there. I don't think so, did they? They weren't. That was a whole different thing.
No, didn't have them.
Yeah. So, and it's pretty crazy. Yeah, they turned Iron Man, Captain America, and Doctor Strange into massive, and the Guardians of the Galaxy into massive A-list characters that they just were never. You know, like people had probably heard of Captain America, but they didn't really know. And also the Fantastic Four, though I'm happy about that. I'm not a big fan of the Fantastic Four.
They just can't make the Fantastic Four work. Like
they're a bit goofy.
They've tried multiple times and they just can't get it. Oh, they're doing it. They're doing a Dave says this entire stream is talking about how much we don't care about what we're talking about.
See, well, no, I care. I am. This is. I gave this. What's the sort of baseline premise here? Should we talk? Well, I gave you a topic. Should we keep talking about woke stuff, and like talking about stuff that bothers us or we don't like? None of this really bothers me. It's just like, whatever. Or should we just talk about stuff that we do like and positive stuff and good stuff being made out there? I'm in the camp now firmly. We should continue talking about the woke, laughing at it, pointing it out, telling where they're going wrong, at the same time as talking about stuff we like. Whereas I know a lot of people out there are like, I don't want to hear about it anymore. But to me, people like that, like maybe it's Dave, and I know a lot of other people in the chat. They're like, you guys are veterans. You've been on the battlefield for 5 years now, and you're tired, and you've had enough. It's like you're fighting the same battle day in, day out. I'm going to keep doing it. And I know, because I know a lot of people out there are just going along, just, oh yeah, whatever, you know, that's normal. And that's just how it is. And then, you know, they see something and go, oh, that's pretty messed up. It's how we grow our audiences. It's how we get people to see what we're doing. We offer the alternative. I mean, that's how CG grew into something big. That's how we got the people here who are backing this stuff, because they came into it through Star Wars or whatever it is. You know, now people will be coming into this now because of Velma, believe it or not.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, what
the hell's going on with Velma? I'm gonna buy some comic books. I don't know how many.
What are the options? We just stop talking about everything that they're doing. because it's consistent. Like it just keeps happening. It's one thing after another. What would you guys like? Would you just prefer, like Mike said, just to talk about positive stuff that we like, or is talking
You've got
about?
to do the positive stuff as well. Like I did that stream about my Spider-Man comics. I think that was fun. Jeremy did his show about covers they like. We love talking about TV shows or movies that we've seen that we liked or hated or whatever. But I think at the same time, yeah, we got to continue calling out the BS, even if we're repeating ourselves, even if you know, they're not listening. Sometimes they do listen. It's not often, but sometimes I think as well, like guys like Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, guys that big, I think they have an effect on what not often, but sometimes I think they do actually have an effect on what people do in terms of what they make. Now they also have an opposite effect, which is becoming more and more obvious by the day, which is the baiting. And it's like it's becoming pretty blatant, you know, where they'll bait fans and they'll bait content creators such as ourselves to get out there and talk about their thing, thereby promoting it. And like I get that comment every now and then as well. It's like, stop talking about this stuff. You're just promoting it for them for free.
Yeah, you know who's a really big believer of that? Greg from Gundy.
Oh yeah, Greg can't stand any of this stuff.
Can't stand it. He's like, shut up about it. You're just giving them free advertising. So yeah. Michael says, you know, you're having an effect when they have to cancel and censor. Yeah. Bootleg says, they can't write heroes because they have no sense of right or wrong. So Superman is totally out, and so is the Fantastic Four, since they're pretty much a family and they want to destroy that. Nomad Demon says, I like making fun of this stuff. Camel Knights, otherwise from CG Face, I like the art streams, business talks, comics love, etc. So I mean, I guess it's just a balance. Bancroft is probably what people are saying.
Yeah, but this is a real division in Comicsgate, especially. Comicsgate 5 years in, there's a lot of people here who are just sick and tired of the culture war.
Yeah.
Like really. And yeah, like I don't know what to say other than like that's how we grow. That's how we started, and that's how we're going to continue to grow. Because yeah, you could make it yourself, you know, ride off into the sunset with your, I don't know, few hundred followers. But then it's like really incredibly difficult to get anyone to stop what they're doing in their day who's never heard of you to pay attention to anything that you're doing. Unless you can offer them something that they're already interested in, which is what a lot of this stuff is about, which is why people used to talk about soy wars and Kathleen Kennedy and all that sort of stuff, and why they talk about Velma, why they talk about whatever it is, TV shows and stuff like that. But yeah, like I mean, I listen to all kinds of CG shows, and it's pretty. There's like a division happening within it where you know, some people are just screw it. We're not talking about this stuff anymore. We're not getting into it. It's like,
I think like one of the issues maybe for people in the chat is the fact that, like, you know, something happens like this DCEU, right? And then Ethan will talk about it, Camel will talk about it, Shane will talk about it, you will talk about it, everyone will fucking talk about it. So it's not one person mentioning it. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. And that probably grinds people's gears after a while.
yeah, like if you were not at all interested in Velma, like I'm not. I don't think I've watched a single Velma thing. I mentioned it very briefly to Camel once on a stream. it's like it's hard to kind of get around and not run into it if you're listening to the people in this sphere like Clownfish, Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, Eric July, Ethan, a whole bunch of people like that. What's Jasper saying?
Your boy had a good take. This whole thing will fall apart if it lacks charisma. MCU wouldn't have grown without Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. Yeah,
MCU wouldn't have happened without Robert Downey Jr. Like, just straight up wouldn't have happened. Like, that's
but not just him too, but like Jon Favreau. I mean, like if he wasn't
but
directing it,
I just
mean,
no. Like, I think everything revolved around Robert Downey Jr. I think the whole thing was like, that's the thing. Like, you can't just bottle that and transfer it over somewhere else. They can do pretty well, but to capture that magic again, I mean, I don't know.
I think it's really weird, man, that they're kicking this off with an animated series. Like, that just seems like a weird starting place. And then going into Waller from that, it seems like it's like a soft relaunch, really. Like, let's test the water and see how it goes.
Look, the MCU was planned, but it wasn't planned in the way that they're planning it now, where they have the benefit of, they've made $20 billion. They've had 20 hit movies or 30 hit movies, whatever they've had. They got all this money. They're bankrolled by Disney. When it started, they had a plan, but it was sort of like, if this works out, what they needed to do was, we just need to make one really cracking movie. Like, we need to just knock it out of the park with Iron Man. So that was that, like, everything kind of hinged on that. It's like, it's completely different to this. All right, we're laying out a roadmap to recreate this magical moment. I don't know if you can go back. Like, you can't recreate the Ninja Turtles.
No.
You can't recreate Sherlock Holmes or Superman or Batman or Spider-Man. They happened in a time and place, and like, you can't just make lightning strike again just because you plan it out. But again, we'll see.
How many times can we go back and reboot things? Like, how many Batman origin stories have we had now? Like, movies. It's just fucking ridiculous. Like, you can't even do it. You're all Michael says you're all working on entertainment alternatives that buys you a lot of room to criticize the SJW and mainstream. Butterbear says MCU would not have happened if it wasn't for Robert Downey Jr.'s good friend Mel Gibson, who ensured his first movie back with his own money. Wow, that's cool.
That's true. Good on Mel.
Yeah, good old Mel, the Australian.
Seems like a top bloke. Well, sort of.
The first two projects are James Gunn's personal passion projects. One features Weasel, and the other features his Peacemaker series. I mean, the Peacemaker was all right. It was pretty good. I don't think I really like John Cena, though. How many Batman origin stories have we had? Batman and Batman Begins, I think that's it. It feels like 50. It feels like so many now.
Wasn't Gotham a Batman origin story, the TV show? I know that's not TCU.
I don't know. I tried to get into it, but it just didn't happen. Oh shit! I thought Groken was closed, but it's Groken 2. That's closing out very soon, Mike.
Indeedy.
I think it's pretty crazy that Kenneth has nearly 2,000 backers, and I don't want to say he hasn't promoted it much, but he hasn't really promoted it much.
He hasn't really promoted it at all.
It's pretty fucking
amazing.
He
is the promotion.
Yeah,
because he knows he has the Roker Force out there.
Yeah.
Who will and I mean, it promotes itself, really. But yeah, like Kenneth is Mel was asking. There's another guy who's a bit like Kenneth, Eric Canetti. Eric Kennedy and Kenneth Rocafort, I think they're cut from the same cloth.
Mm.
For them, they just want to do the work.
Yeah.
You know? And they're going to let the work speak for itself. They could probably, if they were hype men, he could be sitting on 5,000 backers now or something. It's that good.
It's very true.
But it's still amazing growth anyway. I think he was. I didn't even know if he broke 100,000 on the first one. Did he?
I think he did. Yeah, I think he broke 100K.
Well, either way, it's at 150 or something now. So
yeah, love the color tones. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the best looking books you're going to see. Fantastic. It's so good. I came across an article yesterday, Bancroft, about Louis C.K. And it was saying that basically cancel culture is not real. And I'm like, how do you come to that conclusion? The guy lost years of his career because of, the outrage of his sexual acts. How can you say cancel culture is not real? I just don't understand it.
Is this the latest? This is the latest episode of Rob, realizing topics of discussion that have been had for 5 years or something. People say that stuff all the time. All the time. They say it's not cancel culture, it's consequence culture.
Oh,
and
God,
they say it's a private company. They can choose not to associate with whomever they please and all that sort of stuff. It's amazing how how quickly the left, and when I say the left, I'm talking about leftist activists who are otherwise, kind of socialist types, will adopt a kind of corporatism approach to life. Private companies can do whatever the hell they want. Nothing can stop them. That's what they are. As if, there's no regulations or rules or laws or anything in place to protect people.
Mo says next week, Rob, has anyone heard about these Marvel milkshake girls?
Yeah, pretty much. I screwed up my Rubik's Cube, by the way, because I got distracted.
Do you know who cares? No one.
Everyone.
Billy says, Louis C.K. is so out of touch, he has no idea what's going on. Dude did this movie Pootie Tang and still thinks that nothing has changed since then. He is dumb. He's funny.
Yeah, Camel played a clip of him the other day, and it was like, yeah, he really did sound like a boomer. He wasn't really aware of the current state of affairs for up and coming creative people and how different it is to get into this. So,
I mean, he's got to be top 5 comedian for me. I think he's hilarious. Bill Burr, number one. Bill Burr's number one. He's fantastic.
Bill Burr's another one of those people that sort of went a bit. He used to be funnier, but I mean, that happens, I guess. Jasper's got a good comment about what earlier.
I like Patrick started a comics appreciation show with Kelsey and Bar to add something positive to the mix. Yeah. It's doing really well. Patrick's doing really well.
And Jeremy was doing it. Yeah, I think, when I say we should keep talking about the woke stuff and laughing at it and monetizing it. And again, I still maintain that in the whole bait transaction, we get more out of it than they do. I don't think me talking about, what have I talked about? I don't know, Forspoken or something is going to give them any more sales, but that's not gonna make a dent in what's happening for the woke stuff. But for me, it might mean another 10 subs or 2,000 views or something, which is actually means something to me, and potentially maybe one of those subs will start checking out what we're doing over here. So and I'm sure for the bigger guys, that's it's a big deal what they can convert using that.
Yeah, and just if you personally take a stance and decide that you're not going to do it, it's not going to affect anything. I mean, still thousands of channels that are going to talk about it every day.
Yeah, that's true.
Mo says if Forspoken took place in the Warcraft universe, Rob will be all over it. Yeah, sure would.
Do you know anything about Forspoken?
No, just that clip. Just the clip you showed me where she's like swearing, but then also censoring herself from saying fucking. So she says freaking. I'm like, it doesn't happen.
She's like, I do magic now. Like that. Yeah.
You know who I don't find funny at all? Joe Rogan. I've never found his comedy funny. Not a funny man.
You're alone. I don't think you're alone there. I like Joe Rogan, but I don't think he's a fantastic comedian.
Dragon Pisces says we should vent, but we shouldn't go on it too much where we're too negative to where we're bitter. I think we need a balance of positivity and venting. Yeah,
like a lot. I get that comment a lot. Like, why are you so angry, dude? Why are you so angry at this stuff? Just don't watch it or whatever. I'm like, do I sound angry? Do I sound upset? I mean, maybe I do to some people, but I agree. Yeah, like there's nothing worth getting angry about, really, with any of this stuff, especially at this point. Like, if you're emotionally invested in a property that is under control of like a woke corporation, you're in trouble. Like, you're gonna really start having a bad time. Like, that's why I guess probably why I'm really optimistic and positive in general is because we have all this awesome stuff being made here in CG, being made in the indies. Like there's cool alternatives that we can get into, and we can laugh at stuff along the way. So I agree. A mix of positivity and mockery is probably the best path forward.
I think like there are some people in CG that are doing really well at this moment in time. Patrick, Mandy, those two in particular. Rogan is as funny as Neil deGrasse Tyson is smart. He's infuriating. Does he annoy you, Bancroft? He's such a know-it-all. And Joseph's trying to ask him questions.
Yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson is whatever. Mo says that why you're so angry is their standard boilerplate change the subject response. You almost never sound angry about anything. Yeah, I know. A lot of, especially when I used to get a lot of this when I was doing my longer form videos, like 15-minute ones where I'm laughing half the time. But yeah, that's what they come back with because they got, I guess, you're right. They've got nothing else to say.
Do you guys not like Louis C.K. and Bill Burr? On the woke side, they aren't conservatives. They're just comedians who get fucked by their side, who get surprised by it.
I don't think Bill Burr has ever been considered himself conservative. He was probably center left, and he might have gone a little bit further left. But he has some sort of conservative values or whatever. But no, I think he just bought a little too much into the whole BLM feminism stuff. And I think that's probably got to do with his wife. Louis C.K. I thought was genuinely funny. But I haven't heard from him in a long time, obviously since the whole jerk off into a plant thing.
Bill Burr wasn't conservative, but he was anti-feminist until he married Nia the feminist.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't even know where we're going with this, Bancroft. I don't know where we're going.
It's your show. It's your show, mate. I sent you some topics.
What did you send me? Were there any of them good? Let's have a look.
Rob, before every stream, I put effort into setting up. Okay, this is the agenda. We bounce from this to this to this, and I make sure that it is like a segue, you know. So we get to a point. I know, like we're going to get to a point in this discussion where it's going to segue right into the next one. You don't do that.
I don't think you do that. I don't think you do that.
Anyone who watches my show knows that I do that. Anytime I miss a segue, I make a joke about it because I'm like, oh, I don't have a segue here.
Rob, have you played The Last of Us remake for the PS5? No, I don't have a PS5, and I've never played that game.
No, mate, Damon, I was thinking the same thing. Rob's just going to go, the wheel.
There it is.
There it is.
There.
Spin it to win it.
This is your topic. Do we run campaigns across multiple platforms simultaneously or stagger them?
What do you think?
I think you run them all at the same time. I think if you want to stagger them all on one day and get it done. Get it done. What do you guys think?
The downside to running it all, to staggering them? That's what Mandy did. I don't even know if Mandy's going to do an Indiegogo at this point. She made a lot of money. She made more money on her own site than she did on Indiegogo the first time round with the Vampire Hunter. Nomad, that's a damn good idea.
We would need 17 topics, though. I mean, we've got 4.
Yeah, but you can do a whole bunch of joke topics.
Yeah, that's true. That's not a bad idea.
This would require Rob to do work, though.
Guys, I've done so much work on this show for so long, and then sometimes I don't have any ideas. Sometimes.
Rob, Jasper says EFAP the Project Veritas video. Rob, who is Project Veritas?
I've got no idea. Who is it?
Jasper, you see what I'm working with here?
Project Veritas. Okay.
In 5 years, time, the year will be 2028. And Rob will be like, have you seen what these Pfizer executives were saying back in 2023? This is crazy.
What were they saying? What's happened? Fill me in, Mike.
You don't care, Rob. It's like me telling, no offense. It's like me.
You know, whenever someone says no offense, the next thing they say is going to be highly offensive.
No offense, Rob, but it would be like me trying to have this conversation with Clark. He'd just be like, You're not interested. I know you're not interested.
God. Dragon Pisces. Okay, here's a good question. If you can somehow change a celebrity into not being woke and to joining the Comicscape movement, which one would you choose? I'm guessing you'll pick none.
Who's really
Is it a good question? Is it a good question though, Dragon Pisces? What do you think, Mike?
Why would a celebrity want to be Comicsgate though? Like the whole point of Comicsgate is the end of my streams where it's like, as a single twig, we're weak, but together we form a mighty. That's the point. That's why CG works, because we it's strength in numbers. We put up a shield wall, so we can share audiences, we can share, we can pool our resources essentially. But like celebrities and other famous people, they don't need us, they can just sell to us by themselves. That's like Keanu Reeves didn't have any problem selling to CG because he's just like, here's a book, everyone has heard about it. He didn't need to become CG to get $1 million on his comic book, is what I'm saying.
NTM says Clark probably has more charisma than me. Of course. He's adorable. Phil says, came back in here, couldn't watch Shane. It looks like Shane is chasing people off. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate that. Shane's IP got plagiarized by Disney, or is it a coincidence? What do you think, Bancroft, on that?
I think yes. I think he did. I
You got
think the
plagiarized.
coincidence. Yeah, I
Really?
think the coincidences are too many. Someone said that they had it in development for a few years, but I mean, I think Shane had Starlight Cat stuff out there since 2018 or something. So look, but essentially it's a team of cats. It's the same number of cats. They've got the same kind of cats. There's a big one, two medium ones, and a little one. They get their magic powers from their collars that turn into a thing on their chest like a gem. They fly around the city with sparkles coming out behind them. They have a human friend. They're called what are they called? The space kitties or something? It would be a real big coincidence if they just completely came up with this. And it's like this doesn't happen. This happens all the time at Disney. Some of their biggest IPs are like blatant rips, like the Lion King.
Was that a ripoff?
How do you not know this, Rob?
How do you expect
Lion
me?
King rip off.
Oh, my answer to the question would be Joe Rogan. I would take him as Comicsgate. I think he'd be the best person for us to have. Mo says Rob doesn't know it because it's total bullshit. So I mean, Nomad Damon says next thing you know they'll have a wheel. I know, right? Phil says Lion King is Shakespeare.
Where is it? Japanese series Kimba the White Lion. So you've got the baby lion with the dad lion. I don't know. You can go like there's the bad guy. A lot of the story is pretty similar, but it's
How
like
would I know this?
Everyone knows this. It's like inspired by, so they changed it enough that it's kind of like it's not a direct retelling, but there you go. There's a bunch of them that are like that as well.
Eric says there is a licensing magazine article briefly mentioning Super Kitties from 2019. This may just be a huge coincidence.
It may be, but it's pretty. I don't know. It's pretty. I mean, maybe they were in development of it and they saw what Starlight Cats did. I don't know. It's a lot of coinky dinks to.
I mean, I don't really think like the whole size thing really comes into it. Like, you know, there's a big one and little ones and medium-sized ones because that's pretty standard across the board when they're doing those kind of shows.
Is it?
Yeah, like look at Transformers, man. They've got all different size characters in there. Like they've got the big one. Same with Voltron. Same. That's all the kind of stuff they do. Peter Pan, Beauty and the Beast.
I mean, well, they're retellings of, you know, that's like saying, oh, you know, you made a Sherlock Holmes thing, and that's a ripoff. I mean, it's like they didn't make Peter Pan and call it Johnny Jan, and you know, do and just do the same thing but somewhere else. It's like.
I doubt. Jasper says, "I doubt it's actionable."
No, I don't think it's actionable at all. What Shane said something that was like kind of you're like, well, but what imagine if Disney, because they're massive, they go to Shane and they're like, cease and desist. You can't make Starlight Cats. It's too similar to our space kitties.
Yeah,
whatever the hell it is.
But
that would suck.
But can't he just say, well, mine was made first, so it doesn't matter?
I think so. But I don't know. It's all dicey territory.
You reckon this could be a really good like windfall for Shane though? Like he could really market this and promote this as, you know, this company is hurting the little guy, it's stealing from me, blah 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 blah. He could do that.
Maybe this happens in the industry that I work in all the time. Like I've had my designs ripped off by huge corporations, Kmart, Target, on probably dozens of occasions, and there's nothing you can really do about it. It's just, you know, because you can't copyright certain things. Like you can't copyright force superhero cats, you know, in the same way that you can't copyright certain graphics. It's just once it's, you know, there, it's there. But I don't know if you can like, can you make people care that much about it? I don't think they really do. Do you think they do? I mean, we do, but I don't think readers do. I don't think the general reader is going to go, you know what, I'm going to go read this book because Disney made something that's very similar.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's how it works.
I don't know. I think, yeah. I mean, we've talked about how many people are reading comics before, and it's fuck all. We've got massive problems in the comic industry at the moment. Like, is it going to be around in 20 years, Bancroft? Is it going to still be here in 20 years? Going to be gone.
What are you referring to?
I don't know, like mainstream comics. Are they still going to be around, or they just be trades? Just be Batman.
Well, that's a different thing. Will the industry be around? Yeah, I think it will. It'll be completely different because, yeah, I don't think the whole periodical monthly floppy thing is going to last too much longer. It seems like that's just not working. And eventually they're going to get to the point where they don't have anywhere else to sell them. So they'll just probably go more into what we're doing, but on a bigger scale, or like what the European market does, where you sell longer books less frequently. I don't think they have the wherewithal, capability, and or the culture to support trying to do what manga's doing. Like it's just not going to happen. That ship has sailed.
Mo says, this streams reminds me of the latest episode of The Last of Us because it's been 90% gay.
I'm thinking of growing my beard when Mel goes.
Do it.
Big bushy beard.
Yeah. Go the mohawk too.
No.
Just wear a hat at work.
There was a lot of bearded kissing and furry man touching in that episode.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
I just don't get the point of the whole episode. Like, if you want to have gay guys in it, go for it. I really don't give a shit. You do you, I'll do me. That's fine. But to have the fucking episode and then fucking, you know, jerk each other off for a whole hour and then they both die and it's fucking pointless. I mean, I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. Like, what's the point?
What is the point? Nomad Damon says Phil's manga edition looks cool. It really does, yeah. If you've got enough content, that's a great. You haven't seen it?
No, it's not. It's not the.
I'll bring it up.
It's
like his digest.
It's not. It's not the tome.
Yeah, that's it.
What about says that's called masturbation? You do you, I'll do me. The point Mo says the point was they got you to watch softcore gay porn. Got him. A lot of F-bombs tonight. Yeah, I don't know. I'm angry, I guess. It's just stupid shit all the time now. It's infuriating. Yeah, Dave says a lot of the Last of Us series will become woker and woker, and someone people in 2023 will be shocked that that happened. Yep. Yeah, dude, I'm convinced.
I don't think anyone will be shocked because didn't The Last of Us, the second game, get a bit weird?
Yeah.
So I think everyone's ready for it. I'm still enjoying the show though. I maintain that it was a decent enough episode of television. It was actually pretty good. Don't know if it needed to be in The Last of Us. But I'm looking forward. Here's how I judge it. Am I looking forward to seeing the next episode? Yes. Currently, the answer is yes.
I cannot stand flashbacks, time travels, flash forwards. As a general rule, I don't like them at all, Bancroft. They were doing that shit every 2 fucking minutes in that episode. It was fucking irritating.
What do you mean every 2 minutes? It was one giant flashback.
Nah. There was multiple flashbacks. They were skipping decades at points. It was just like, nah, man, it's too much. I don't like it.
Too complex?
No, it's not that it's too complex. It's just fucking tell the story.
You didn't like The Prestige?
That was a good movie.
See, you can do it.
I can do it. But do it if it's important. Just don't do it for the fucking sake of doing it, which is what everyone seems to do these days. Jasper says, what's your take on the Eliza Blue situation, Rob? I mean, I watched a bit of Anna's stream when she had the quartering on, and it seems like Elon has been simping for this chick for fucking whatever reason. I mean, I don't understand that.
Has Elon said anything? Does anyone know if Elon is involved at all, or is he even aware of this woman? Or is it just because he put out a thing a week ago saying we're aware of the issues going on Twitter. We don't fully understand why they're happening. Every time we fix a code, it cascades and creates another 50 issues. Is there some tweet where Elon's like, everyone leave Eliza Blue alone or something that I'm not aware of?
He unfollowed her. Engineer Rekka says, what needs to happen is people that say shit that isn't true like this, like human trafficking, they need to get put in jail, or at least face the law, Bancroft. They can't just say these things.
This is legal. This is legal advice by Rob Arnold. The segment.
Yeah.
Lay down the law, Rob. Laying down the law with Rob Arnold.
It's bullshit. You say that I've been human trafficked, and that takes away from all the actual people that have been human trafficked, and it takes away from that, and it's bullshit. It's like when chicks say, this guy raped me, right, and they didn't, and it takes away from all the actual females that did get raped, and it's bullshit. These people need to face justice.
That's a moral conundrum. Legally, though, I think if you make a false claim, and you make money off that claim, I think that qualifies as fraud. I think so. Hook, line, and sinker, Mike. I like this segment though. Laying down the law with Rob Arnold. It'll be like Replicator Law. Let's get Rob's legal takes on the events of the day.
Yeah,
no, I agree. Morally and to a certain extent legally, if you are going out there making claims that turn out to be false, especially if you're trading on those claims, you should absolutely face the full extent of the law.
Mo says, Rob complains about flashbacks in movies, but for the last few shows, he's been bringing up stuff that happened years ago and nobody cares about it anymore. Yeah, I'm behind.
Rob Law. Boom, boom. Imagine the cool videos we could make about Rob Law.
Yeah. I'll be like, Mike, did you hear about this crazy world war that happened? You know,
No, you'd be like, "There's this guy. He's called Rodney King. He got beat up, and it caused a riot." I'm like, "Oh, you should tell me all about that, Rob."
no way, really? That happened? Crazy. No, man, but like, it seems like it's been disproven by the people that have been involved in it. So nothing's going to happen to her. Obviously, she'll just get kicked off Twitter even if she does. I
It
don't
doesn't
know.
seem like she's going to get kicked off. Everyone else is getting kicked off Twitter.
That's crazy.
That's why everyone's blaming Elon. But again, I don't know how involved Elon is currently with what's going on. I thought he was trying to step back, but I can't imagine that if you're the CEO of Twitter, you're up to date with the goings on of random accounts complaining about censoring.
Serenade Grin, good to see you, man. She will
Serrated
face...
grin.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense. She'll face no
Serenade
consequences. Oh shit. Yeah, she'll face no consequences. Yeah, I agree. No real consequences anyway. If it does turn out everything which was fake and it looks like, that's where it's going to probably head. She'll probably have to do an apology, but nothing real will actually happen to her. I think it's bullshit. I think she should be put in front of a firing squad and just see what happens.
Jesus. All right. Rob law is it's a harsh law. It's old school.
No,
it's not even
bullshit,
eye for an eye.
Mike.
It's like leg for a toe.
Well, you got to set a precedent, don't you?
Oh, yeah, it's about giving a warning to others. I see.
That's it.
Make a what is it called?
No, but like I'm joking to an extent, but I think it's bullshit that people make claims like this, and they can just get away with it when it's not true, Mike. It's fucking bullshit.
We're just gonna shoot our guns in this general direction, and if any of them happen to land in your body, that is not our fault.
That's right.
You just happen to be standing there. All right. Mega City 1 Judge Arnold. I am the law.
Oh, mate. It's like if I was Superman, she'd probably not be on the planet anymore. Let's just say it that way. I'll probably relocate her to Mars. I'm not killing her. Just taking her somewhere where she can't breathe. I'm glad you're not in control.
I'm glad you are not our tyrant emperor.
I think I would be fair. I think I'd be fair.
There's fairness, and then there's. Have you ever heard of the judicial process and checks and balances? Rob, do you agree? Do you agree, or does Rob Law agree or disagree that it's better to let 100 guilty men go free than to have one innocent man go to prison?
Mate, there are so many innocent people in prison that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, but which one is preferable? Do you prefer to have 100 guilty men free or one innocent man in prison? What does Rob Law's dictates?
I don't know. I think I need to know what they did.
100 raping murderers are out there on the streets because one guy who was late on his parking tickets, who he had the wrong email address. He would have paid them. But, the emails bounced. So now he's in prison. This is a terrible example.
Let's just let everyone go free.
Let's just say he's accused of committing a murder. He's accused of a rape murder. But he didn't do it. Do you set the 100 free?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Let them all go free and let them all fight it out in a pit.
Bouncing emails. That was a terrible.
You know what I find just absolutely mind-boggling, Bancroft, that we have no concrete way to tell if someone is lying or not?
We do.
No, we don't.
It's called human intuition. When you're as intuitive as I am, I always know when someone is lying. It's just part of my
in a court of law.
Innate
in a court of
personality.
law, there is no way that there is no 100% guarantee that you can tell if a person is telling the truth or not. And I think that is
What
just
about says we
absolutely
do?
crazy.
It's called torture. It's called rendition. It's called waterboarding.
Oh,
Well, how would we? Maybe that's what, when we get Elon's neural link, we'll be able to know for sure.
Like, no one's developed the technology to tell if people are telling the truth or not. How much
You say
time?
that like it's inventing a wheel or something.
I fucking invented a wheel.
You made
It's
a
right
wheel.
there.
You tell it. I stuck a piece of wood to a fan. Are you telling me they can't invent a technology that can tell if someone's telling the truth or lying? I understand.
I just think it's crazy. I mean, how much time and money would it save the entire world if, like, this murderer here, we go, did you kill this person? They're like, yes. Or they'd say no, wouldn't they? They wouldn't say yes. They'd say no, and we go, you're lying. Now we can do the judicial part. It just saves so much time, Bancroft.
I'm glad you have a firm grasp of the moral quandaries of the legal system. Finally, after all this time.
Dragon Pisces says, but in order to get someone to tell the truth, we need to define what that truth is. No, you're just like, did you kill this person? No. Well, you're lying, so you did. So now we're going to trial you. Okay, Buddy Bear says...
If you knew they were lying, why would you even put them on trial? Just convict them.
Well, you've got to go into all the nuance and sentencing and shit. I'm not doing that. I'm just getting the lies out, and I'm finding who's telling the truth and not. Future crime division.
Do you ever get drunk, Rob?
No, I don't. Not anymore.
I think we need to get you drunk, because I think it would be like
fucking the
very
shit that
interesting.
would come out of my mouth when I'm
yeah.
drunk.
It would be a very interesting, or maybe high. Like get you some weed. We could do a Joe Rogan show where they get high. And
dude, I get so paranoid
in
when
the
I'm
workings of Rob Arnold's mind.
I get so.
Michael Deitcher says, "Let the wheel decide guilt." Yeah, that's probably.
Wouldn't you rather have laws decided by a wheel, though?
No,
like that would be
not
fun.
When it comes to my freedom. Speaking of weird things, can I tell you a very quick story about something that just happened earlier?
Sure.
Mel picked me up from work, and we're driving down the road, and there's these two guys on the road, two young guys. They looked a bit suspect. I don't know.
Were
they
they
were
teenagers?
No, they're men, and they looked like they're well built. Like they go to the gym. They're in kind of shorts, and they you know what they look like? They looked to me like they could be in the military or something. And I'm only saying this because of what happened next. So they're doing something very unusual. They were pulling a cord across the entire road, and it's a wide road. And I'm like, what are they doing? So we're driving up to them, and we drove over the cord that they were pulling, and I look at it, and it's connected to a device on the side of the road, like a long black. There's two strips on this device, and the cord is connected to it. I'm like, what the hell is happening here?
Do you not know what that is?
Right? And they're really hurried. They're in a rush. And I'm like, so I'm looking back, I'm like, what the hell is happening? Anyway, I'm just like, what is this? All right. Okay.
How do you not know what this is, Bancroft?
Can you just wait a second? So we're at the traffic lights just ahead, just a little bit ahead. So you can still see them if you turn around. Anyway, see, people are saying they're using it to measure traffic. They're using it to check speed. Yeah. Now you say that. Why are they dressed in their, like, Why wouldn't they be dressed in some sort of worker's outfit? Why would they be dressed like they just came back from the gym?
It's an IED.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, anyway, we're sitting there at the lights and we hear a like the obvious sound of a car accident.
Mhm.
So we all look
Oh,
back.
is that what it was?
What the hell was that? So we look back. There's a car like into a tree. I mean, it is in the front of the car is just like completely screwed, and another car has hit it from behind. And it's not like, and it's quite a large nature strip, so it's not like you could easily hit the tree. It really had to be going off the road onto the tree. And amazingly enough, just coincidence, there was a police car on the other side of the intersection. They turned their lights on straight away and just zoom in. And I'm turning around, and by this time Mel's like turning. So I'm like trying to see. And there's all these people scrambling to get into this car that's crashed and everything. Is it possible? Is it possible that this was some kind of device that was intended to, like, you know, like when you pull a thing across the road to break people's tires or something? Or is that completely out of, like, these guys are up to no good, doing something for some reason, some nefarious reason?
Well, why didn't you go check it out?
Because we were already, we were already in the flow of traffic, and there was no way to get back. And if we did by that time, there was just completely surrounded by cars and cops and stuff like that. The point is, if it was one of those counters, why would the dudes, like, they would be wearing high-vis vests, they would have a work truck, they would be setting things up. These dudes were scrambling. I feel like I have just seen, and the cops, when they got there, they were like lights blaring, and they ran out, like they were running around, and I don't know.
This is a much better story than Camel's purchase of a video game that didn't have the game in it story. So well done, Mike.
We did want to turn around. Clark was like talking about something that happened at school, but Mel and I were just thinking, like, what the hell just happened? What was that? What did we witness?
Can you go back and like check the road, see if there's any bits of whatever they threw down still there?
I suppose I could.
Evidence of it.
It's like 5 minutes down the road. I suppose I could. Maybe it'll be on the news. If it's anything nefarious.
Check the news, Mike. Check the news for your area.
I will.
Are you checking on Facebook? They might have information on Facebook.
I'm not on
as
Facebook.
to what happened. Q might. Dust for prints. Yeah, I mean, you could do some actual work, Mike. Dust for prints, get that done. Anything there? What did I call this person before? Serrated grin. They were probably undercover. Serrated grin. They were probably undercover police setting a trap for someone who was wanted.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Because remember I said they looked like they're a bit military. They were very well built. They had, short hair. They were young men. And they actually reminded me, because Mel's brother was an undercover cop at one point. And they looked like that. So I just remember them. They were really scrambling to get whatever they were putting out on the road there.
Well, I mean, that makes sense if they want to take someone out. I mean, limited.
Imagine some person says, imagine the YouTuber is doing a dumb stunt and then cause an accident. That's
I could see myself doing that.
I can't find anything. Hang on.
Schnelly says the driver has just tweeted something homophobic. Possibly. Mike, we forgot to talk about a key movie in the Arnie Sylvester debate that we had yesterday that would be gone if we didn't have Sliced alone, and that is Tango and Cash. How could we live with not having that movie?
Yeah. I rewatched it not too long ago, and it didn't hold up. It's not as good as what I remembered. No, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything out there in this vicinity. Maybe it's all been swept under the rug. It was an ASIO sting.
Maybe. Our police do seem to catch a lot of criminals importing drugs into our country.
Do they?
Yeah. This is God, I forgot his name. Jay
Steins.
Lee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steins.
He says he's launching on Friday.
Yeah.
I don't have you in the CG Now calendar, Jay, because I wasn't aware of it. I'll put you in there though. I don't know where he's launching.
And I've noticed, Jay, that you keep saying you've got 100 backers, but it's 100 signups that you've got. Dude, what's going on, man? You're missing some amazing talk that we've been having here.
February is actually filling out. Like,
oh,
again,
nice.
This is the first time that we're actually starting to see something happening. Now, I don't know if hybrids is going to happen because apparently Luke's site is delayed. So Chrome Dog was going to launch on Luke's site. Now it's going to launch on Indiegogo. He's got an Indiegogo page now, so I should actually post that link in there. We've got Bonds. So I guess Steins is going to launch on the same day as Chrome Dog. The week after that, after Bonds, we've got Lost Pages 3. The week after that, we've got the Mythicals. Then we've got Rift Riders, although it's getting into March. I don't have any more information on this.
Dude,
and
can I say something?
2. What?
I wish everyone on that list great luck, but I really hope Phil and Dean from the Embrace, Phil from Lost Pages and Dean from the Embrace do well, because I feel like they deserve it.
So what you're saying is everyone else doesn't deserve it.
No, not saying that. I just feel like those two have been working really hard and they do deserve it.
I can read between the lines. I know what you're saying. It sounds like we need to add in egg beaters.
Is that launching soon? What's up, Sumo?
It's launching tomorrow. I mean, I can do it now. Does anyone have the link to egg beaters? I can probably find it. Let's have a look. Go back here. Hello.
Ugh.
Egg beaters.
What a dickhead. Imagine waking up in the morning and thinking, yeah, that's what I want to wear today.
I don't think that's how it happened. I think they
douche.
dressed him in that, but he allowed them to dress him in that.
Who allows someone to dress themselves?
Part of contracts. What is the is it Wednesday tomorrow in the States? I guess it would be, because our tomorrow is Thursday, so it must be the 1st.
D for 20. Thank you so much, man. Here is some money to help with the improvements to the wheel after the last update about the nails. Well, board Mo. Yes. It's looking great. The wheel's looking fantastic. I have an idea of how I'm going to do the video, Bancroft. Should I tell you my idea, or should I just wait to show you? What do you think?
Tell me.
I'm thinking of putting the wheel in the car, like in the front seat. I'm driving and doing a video like, since the dawn of man, mankind has strived for creation, fire, electricity, and finally the wheel. And I'm driving around, right? Driving past cars that are driving on wheels. I think it's genius.
I don't quite get the driving in the car thing.
What? I'm driving in a car that has wheels. And you can see other cars with wheels. I'm talking about inventing the wheel for the first time. Not good. Cringe. Terrible. This guy's a writer, folks.
How about you let me do it?
Yeah, you do a video.
Or you do.
That'd be much
How about
better.
you do yours? No, you do yours, and I'll do mine, and then we'll do a video off. Remember that old TV show where they get two different ads, and then the chat will vote. The chat will vote on whose is better, so we can get it ready for next week. Yeah.
Swing and a miss. God, you guys. You guys. All right. Here's another thing I can't believe, Bancroft. I can't believe that no one has invented a gun-like device that can incapacitate a person without killing them more efficiently than a bullet. Here you go.
Like a taser?
No, like a gun that shoots something different than
Like
a
rubber
bullet.
bullets?
No, not rubber bullets. I'm like talking about shoot and you miss, but it still hits people. You know, like a
shoot and you miss, but it still hits people.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Fuck, I don't know.
A tranquilizer?
No, not like a tranquilizer. I'm talking about like something that you hit someone with and bam, they're out. Like you shoot someone, right, one time, and there's a pretty good chance it's not going to kill them. I'm talking about you shoot someone and you hit them once, they're out. They're done. They're knocked out. Finished. Not killed,
what about,
just down.
What about someone says a shotgun? Yeah, you could put like bird shot in a shotgun, and it's like then they're not down, but they're probably not going to be coming back for more, you know?
Sumo for 20, thank you so much, man. Get your tetanus shot, Robs. We wouldn't want you getting lockjaw if you get poked by the wheel. I think you guys would. They know, I wouldn't really talk. That would be an improvement. They make non-lethal rounds. Yeah, but that's the problem. You shoot someone with a non-lethal round and they can still get up and move, right? You want to be able to shoot them and they can't get up and move, but you don't kill them. I just can't believe we don't have that yet. A poison dart? Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting close. A nuke? I mean, kind of. I guess you're on the right way. A phaser set to stun? Yes, that would be a good idea.
Well, now we're starting to get a bit.
Yeah, Mike, why haven't they made a phaser yet?
Why haven't they invented a phaser? It's coming right after the
no, tasers are useless.
Replicating machines.
Tasers
Replicating
are useless.
technology.
Rob is an odd fellow. Yes,
he is, isn't he? Look, if you get shot with rubber bullets, you're not in a good way.
No, but you can get up and kill people still.
All right,
These
so I need to include the Steins. I think that's on Friday.
The problem with a taser is you've got to be really close and you've got to land it. I mean, people are just going to use a gun if that's the case. So you need a gun that's more effective than a taser. Serrated Grin says, shoot giant nets. It's not bad. It's not bad. Have you broken 100 yet, Jay? Have you got 100 signups yet?
I think he has, yeah. I think he did. They used nets in the Running Man, if you remember.
D says a rail gun. But yes, the rail gun will kill someone, D. Not
Look,
a fan
if you're pulling out a firearm, you're shooting to kill. That's what it's all about. So
Can we, guys in chat, can we get 4 more people to sign up for this, please? I know you guys can do it. Just 4 more people to sign up for the Steins. Get them to 100. Mo says, the problem with shooting nets is, what if you're trying to take down that Waffle House employee who deflected the chair?
She got fired, I think.
I don't know.
Rob doesn't know.
I don't know
Rob
what
doesn't
this
know.
is about.
Know what? I don't know how you spend your days. I guess you should probably all try and be more like Rob. He's like, Rob is CG's Amish. Yeah. It's like he's just
ignorant bliss.
He's got his own stuff. And
mate, you guys talk about politics,
like,
and
why
I'm
do you guys
just
need all
like,
that technology and stuff?
No idea what you're talking about. It's fantastic over here. You guys should try it.
Suppose so.
Electrified nets. Yes, I mean, we're getting there. You guys are improving. Do you have to do this every time? What a pain in the ass this is.
What? It's not going to do it for me. I mean, it has to get done. Usually I just handball it over to Mel, but we're here now. I'm not doing anything else. So,
yeah.
I mean, this, work. Yes, Rob, work has to be done for stuff to get. It's not the Stones either. It's the Steins. Rob is CG's Carl Pilkington. Oh my God. Rob, do you know who Carl Pilkington is?
Yeah, he's the guy that is friends with Ricky Gervais. And I don't know anything about him. Yes, that's his name.
Oh, God. All right, let me find
Mo, that is especially mean. Mo says it just takes Rob a long time to understand what's happening. It's called being slow. God damn it, Mo.
All right, let me find the perfect
Danger 5. No, I haven't
Carl
seen
Pilkington.
D says he would raise a barn with me. That's Amish talk, D. I gotcha. Danger 5 is great. I haven't heard of Danger 5. What is this?
Oh yeah, that's that Aussie.
What is it?
It's an Aussie show. It's very weird. Yeah, it's apparently it aired on SBS. But I'm not super familiar with it. But it's like one of those really quirky. It's sort of, what it is? It's like a live action ghost. What was that show that Camel reworked? It's all just like really unusual stuff. It looks pretty cool. I don't know. It's like 10 years old or something.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's probably it looks worth watching. Sumo loves it, and a couple of other guys love it as well. I've never heard of it because I don't know anything that's going on free-to-air television these days. It's
Space Ghost. Well, I mean, SBS has an app, Bancroft, that you can watch on your phone or on.
You can watch it now, but I'm not going to be on their app. Back in the day, you would hear about this stuff because you'd see ads for it because you're watching television. But you know what? It's the diary. That's what you really need. The Carl Pilkington diary.
And just anyone who's thinking about donating memberships, I may or may not have a new thing to play. May or may not. Just put it out. It's got hot chicks. You sold me, Sumo. That's all I needed.
Yeah, it does have hot chicks.
Serrated Grin says, you guys remind me of Australian Beavis and Butthead, but you guys are a little smarter. Thanks.
One of us is.
Yeah, I am. Thanks, Mike. I mean, I was going to say you, but now that you said yourself,
I'm trying to find a good clip to introduce you to Carl Pilkington. That's really
I don't think it's going to be worth it. I don't think it's going to be worth the time that you.
Well, I don't know. I'd have to find I'd have to find the exact thing. But I remember him riding around on his bike, and that was pretty Rob-esque. Or like looking at insects on his like spending his day looking at an insect on his windowsill.
Oh, dude, I found a bull ant nest the other week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
I got a stick and I dug some of it up. They got
You
really
see, you
pissed
are
off.
Carl Pilkington. Like, this is Carl Pilkington. This is like Ricky Gervais is trying to, like do stuff, and then there's Carl just like, oh, yeah, I found a bull ant nest and I got a stick, and I went out there and I spent the afternoon
They get so angry.
trying to figure out what they're doing.
Yeah. It's good times. I recommend it. You guys have bull ants in America? You probably call them something weird, don't you? You call them like
I think they're called fire ants or something.
murder ants or something.
Yeah, they're massive. Anyway, I don't know. I'll have to. I'm gonna watch. That's actually a good idea. I'm gonna watch some Carl Pilkington, Ricky Gervais show clips, and I'll get some that are just classic Rob Arnold. I mean, I could literally put your head on it. It would work.
What do you guys call these ants? Do you have them?
Of course they do. Why wouldn't they?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they don't have them. Maybe they have a different type of ant.
They have big ants. I mean, they're sort of more. They're not as common. Penis ants. I don't think that's a thing.
Those are army ants of Central America. I'm not an ant expert. Mo says An Idiot Abroad was just a rip-off of that time Rob went to England.
That was a good show. I like An Idiot Abroad. I like the one with Warwick Davis in it. I like everything Ricky does. All of his TV shows are phenomenal.
The American Office is better than the British Office.
I can't do The Offices. It's where I draw the line. I get too embarrassed and I don't enjoy it because I'm just like, oh, I can't.
Why do you get too embarrassed? I mean, like,
I don't know.
That's weird.
I can't do it.
Weird person.
I can't do it. But anyway, February is looking. February's filling up. Look at this. I just filled it up a bit. It's looking good. It's getting back to. It's been slim pickings.
Well, I mean, no one wants to launch in January, man. Like,
yeah, but it wasn't just January. Like, look at this.
Well, I mean, the same with December as well. I mean,
where is it? No, let's go back. Let's go back in time. I'm going to take you on a journey through time. There's January, December. Oh, look, I launched. Hello, still available. $25. Jump on it. November. All right, October was pretty full. Okay. All right. So it was really November. It was just like off, done.
Yeah. So it kind of poses the question: if November is off, does that mean February should be off too? It's the same kind of logic, right? Well, December, January. I don't know. Would you be concerned?
These have all filled in. We've filled the majority of these in just over the last couple of days too. The September to remember, says Eric Grant. Yeah, that was crazy, huh? Look at that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Random Saga, Riff Riders, Professor Herbert. I didn't even remember what that is.
No, I mean,
Wraith of God, Loose Threads, Fiendish 2, Cord Wrath. Remember that like run on Ethan's channel? It was just like bang, bang, bang. Narwhal Compendium, Cryptidnals, Frog G, Six Gun Omnibus, Alterna Comics Fall, Elixir, Graveyard Shift, Omega Storm, Cody Valiant, and Private American and Soltac. Also, Ghost of Matacumbe Key, Prospectus, and Bloodbone.
Mo says Professor Herbert was a Cartoon Network style book.
I can click on it and see.
I don't think it.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Big books in September. That was crazy. That was probably one of the biggest months we've ever had in terms of launches.
And Ethan's
Look at this
fulfilling
guy.
Rex Planet too, isn't he? Like that's happening now. He's got his books in.
He's got a portion of them in. I think they're coming in batches, but yeah, he's getting them out. I mean, you can only get so many out in a day. I think it's 25 or odd thousand books over 14 or something thousand orders.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah,
how the hell would you manage 14,000 orders?
I don't, yeah, like he had, how many backers did he have on the actual campaign? I think it was something like, I can't remember. It was, it was in the thousands, but then you've got multiple orders and all sorts of stuff. So, and it's multiple campaigns.
Mo says, how many books launched last February? You probably don't. You don't have that.
I don't know if I started. I don't know if I'd started in February. Yeah, so I just started Arcathena. When did I start this thing? Now we started because January was crazy. It was loopy. Everyone was launching, and it was like, I think maybe everyone kind of learnt their lesson or something. And then, and February was just the same. I remember. So that's why we started this thing, because we need a little bit of way to manage all this. I was doing shutdown, like closeouts too, and I was like, that was just too much work.
Jory says, are you doing another series outside of Replicator anytime? I've got a couple in the pipeline, but I'm only focused on Replicator for the time being. So we'll see after I get this issue done what happens after that one.
Why? How many books of Replicator do you think you want?
I have an endpoint.
Minimum.
I have an endpoint. That was my starting point. The endpoint of where I want the story to go. So it's just how long it's going to take to get. The
endpoint was your starting point.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It all makes sense now.
Mm-hmm. That's how it should be. Could have the ending in mind, Mike. I don't know how the thing ends.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You just worded it unusually because you're Rob.
Yeah, because I'm me. That's how I do it.
Rob's second IP is Machete Meerkat, says Mo.
Don't tempt me, Mo.
Decent. Could do a lot worse than that.
I know. That's a $100,000 idea right there. So only someone would take it on, Mike, I have a theory that is probably completely false, but let me throw it at you. You know how you increased your prices from 20 to 25?
And
then you had like 4 orders? Do you think that's just coincidence? Or do you think that that's people that, one, don't really care about the price that much, or 2, rewarding you for doing the right thing price-wise?
I don't think they're rewarding me for doing the right thing, quite price-wise. I don't think that at all. I think it's more, at the end of the day, $5 is a like on one. If you're just looking at one campaign that you're probably going to back anyway, eventually, $5 is a nominal amount that's not going to make you change your mind. We do know that when campaigns end and go into in demand, usually do continue to get backers. But it says to me that like it's people will pay that amount even on a second printing, but at the same time I think that putting it out for $20 while the campaign was live, and I didn't plan this, I just sort of thought I really wanted to have a way of rewarding the people who backed during the actual campaigning time, and I think that's a pretty good little solution that works for pretty much everyone. Would I have sold as many at $25? I don't know. Maybe I would have lost some. You definitely kind of cost yourself anywhere between. I mean, it could be $1,000, could be $3,000, but I think it's a good loss leader. Like that's the idea that your boy Zach had with the dollar. That's like a crazy loss leader, in my opinion. I think you'd have to be selling 20,000, 30,000 books to make that work. And obviously you've got to have a whole side catalog to sell as add-ons to make that whole work as well. But
yeah, and it only works because your boy Zach has a ginormous audience. Like, you look at Alterna, for example, and their books are cheap, and it doesn't really seem to play that big a role in how many backers that they get.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So people are always saying,
like
we want cheap books.
If you lowered your price, you would get a lot more people backing you. You would get some more people backing you. I don't think you get a massive amount, like a huge amount of people backing you that otherwise wouldn't have. Because there are people, there's sort of like the people who are happy to pay more convention prices, crowdfunding prices, because they know that this is the crowdfunding stage of the creation of the book. And then there are those who are like, I saw someone on Twitter the other day saying, I don't think I can continue collecting comics if they're going to be $5. That's like ridiculous. I'm not paying $5 for every single comic.
Yeah.
It's like, so you're never going to really get someone like that to come and buy your book for $25 unless it's this like once off. Okay, I absolutely need to get this one situation. But
I was thinking about what I want to do, like moving forward. I was talking to you about it today, and I was thinking like for the campaign, I'm just using $20 as an example. My book's probably going to be 48 pages plus, but $20 during the campaign period, and then when it goes in demand, it goes up to $25. I think
it's a great selling point. I mean, talk about FOMO.
Yeah,
because a lot of times people want to do the FOMO thing, and it's like, you got to get this cover. You got to get, this is the only time this cover is going to be available, or something like that.
Or you get
cool if you can
only get the
that.
trading card. I mean, like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I don't think that's the thing. Like we were talking about my extras stuff. Like I don't think people care that much. I mean, it's like a nice little thing to get, but it's not making many people's decision on whether or not they're going to back it or not. What's more making a decision is, like if it's $5 cheaper. Okay, it doesn't sound like much, but imagine if 10 people did that. And you backed 10 projects at the $20 level instead of the $25 level. That's 2 more books you can back with that money that you've saved.
Yeah, and like I think like you have to reward the people that help you out at the start of your journey of making the actual comic. Like actually,
it's the actual it's the crowdfunding phase. This is exactly. Like, it's not just the buy my book situation. It's that you guys are actually like, this money goes towards the actual creation of the thing. So rewarding them, I think is a positive thing to do. Sure, you may lose a little bit of money, but like at the same time, offer those big tiers as well.
Oh hell yeah!
Because you're going to have fans who are going to want to support you at that level. But for the people who just want to come in and check it out and see the book, like I think offering them a discount is a pretty good idea.
I think we need to move towards. Yeah, I know we talk about respecting the customer and all that kind of stuff, and to an extent I agree we do, but I've talked to people behind the scenes recently, and it seems like they're pissed off. Like, they can just wait, get the books on sale. There's no point really backing the crowdfund. Like, we've got to get people away from that train of thought and back to wanting to be there day one, wanting to back, these campaigns. Got to reward them.
Look, here, people say that a lot about Ethan, because he does all these flash sales. And to an extent, there's that. You also got to remember, though, and I don't know if this is 100% of the time, but a lot of the times when you're getting things cheaper later, you might not be getting everything that came with the book. Now, if that means you miss out on a bookmark and a print, whatever. Like with Ethan, it might be a figure, an extra book, a thing, that sort of thing. So I don't quite know. I haven't really looked how it all breaks down, but I've heard the same things. I've heard people say, like, why would I back this guy when I can just wait and get it when it's made and get it cheaper? It's an issue. So I think for those of us who really do need that initial cash to justify the whole enterprise, rewarding the crowdfunding backers is a pretty, I think it's a pretty solid.
Do you guys think
approach.
that though? Like, do you feel like you're kind of getting screwed over a little bit, or is it just a small minority of people that feel that way? I'm interested to know, honestly. Dave says we should move past the idea that $5 for a comic is a lot. People pay that for a coffee, yet think a 24-page comic
I think of the same thing
is worthless. It is crazy,
work
isn't it?
Goes into these things. I was like, yeah, well, I saw. I mean, the guy who said this is not a bad guy. He's a cool guy. He's just like, that's his mindset. Is like, that's comics to him. Comics are a cheap item, like $2, $2.50, and you get a monthly. And it's like, I never really saw him like that. And when I got back into collecting monthly comics here, they were between $9 and $12 a pop. And that's just what we paid. So, but yeah, I think like if it's good, it's worth it. Now, if it's garbage, forget about it. But yeah, I agree, Dave. I think $5 is crazy cheap for a comic.
It is crazy though, like that whole mindset, right? Because like with video games, I bought a video game the other day, and it was like $50, and I shopped around CD keys, all that, ended up getting it for $20, and I was trying to get that down as cheap as I possibly could. And yet I took my daughter to Time Zone today, and we dropped like $45 in like half an hour, and without even thinking about it. It's just so weird that comics for $5 is such a high price.
Well, I think
a
lot of people are like, well, it's not just $5. Like they're going to be buying a number of them at once, and they're going to it's a regular purchase. So it's more like they're sort of thinking about more like a subscription. Just say they might be buying 10. That's $50 a month. So yeah, I know Murph is one of these guys. Like Murph, prides himself on the competing with the mainstream. To me, I'm just like, I would happily pay Murph $10 to $15 each for his books. Happily. Maybe I'm in the minority though. Because I think you're worth it, Murph.
He's good.
It's just a different sort of thinking about like, what is the floppy? It's just like, well, it's a printed version of it. But to me, the comic represents months and years of planning and work and promotion and marketing and time. And it's like, what are we doing here? Like, why are we sitting here talking about this stuff on a live stream week in, week out? I do this daily. Like, why am I recording shorts every single day now? Like, I'm not doing that for the pats on the back. It's because I want to sell comics. And so I factor all of that into the product that I'm making. It's not just the sort of paper it ends up on, essentially.
Some person says 656 sent out custom videos advertising their comic to a bunch of comic shops. They got a lot of responses from doing that. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, those guys are doing great. Well, the 656 guys as well, they're really clever because they write these standalone books that are great. They're really a great little package. Remember when Bancroft said he was going to stream less? I never said that, did I? I said I was going to stream more, didn't I? I don't remember ever saying I was going to stream less. Maybe I did. Yeah, those guys are doing great, and I think Murph is getting in the catalog. Who's the other person? Someone. Oh, Raiden Radio. He's actually selling at a bookstore, which is amazing.
That's cool.
I haven't really. I didn't. If I was starting now, I would probably write more standalone books so I could do something similar to that. But good on these guys for getting that done.
Mo says haunted, hunted, and Snail and Air's most wanted. The super intelligent alpha snail is on his trail and must not fail. Can machete meerkat prevail? No burrow is deep enough to hide from the shell on Earth. That's great.
Make sure you keep that. That's a fantastic blurb.
I can screenshot that.
You've got to spare $10,000-$15,000 to pay someone to make a Machete Meerkat comic for you, don't you, Rob?
No, I really don't. And that's the other thing. Like, I want to do second chance campaigns too, kind of like Ethan and John do, because I think there's value in it. I think there is a good.
When you say second chance, would you be making new stuff or just?
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But what I was thinking is I don't. This is my intention. So whether it works out this way or not but I'd have a subscription tier on the first campaign, so that if I did do a second chance campaign, you just get it all together. Like, you wouldn't have to go and back the second chance campaign if you got that specific tier. But also maybe kick the price up to $25 so it doesn't feel like I'm fucking over the people that got, backed it the first time. They could have just backed it the second time.
Subscription tiers are a good idea, but I'm always worried about them, like what you're promising. They seem to cause a lot of issues down the line when you start adding stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a thought that I've got.
Did you see what Murph said?
War Party issue 2 sold out through Diamond. It's on reorder. That's awesome.
When you say sold out,
how many copies,
Murph,
dude?
How many is that? Like, I'm interested to hear about this. I might get Murph on to talk about this because
you need content.
I really don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know. And I've never really thought about it for my book because I've really just got a beginning of a story. I don't have a story yet. It's the beginning of a story. And it's not really the kind of thing I can cut down into floppies because it would just end halfway through a friggin' scene or something.
Yeah,
I didn't plan it out to be single issues is what I'm saying. So I haven't really thought about it for myself, but I'd be interested in learning.
One other thing too, Bancroft, is Murph has got like a truckload of backers by offering new stuff during the campaign, which I think is a great idea. He's done it with free shipping. Genius. He's the first one to do it as far as I know. But like, how do you do that and maximize that? Because he only had like 300 backers when he started adding stuff in. So ideally,
you got to add good shit.
You'd want to wait till you've got a certain amount of backers before you start going, hey, do you want this? Wouldn't you? I don't know.
But you've also got to add good stuff.
Yeah,
that's like more content. So that's another thing that not everyone has. Like, Murph has a whole bunch of cool stuff, extra books, and he can do that with. Not everyone has that. So, yeah, I don't know if we're going to work across the board, but I'm going to be doing the same thing. I tested out my free shipping code. Anything that I add, people will be able to add to their order without having to pay shipping twice. I don't know if there's a way yet that the customers, like, I can edit orders for customers, but that's not really shopping friendly. It's much easier for people to just add in a code.
It says content, no hats, no t-shirts, no puzzles. Yeah.
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 See, that's why. Yeah, like it's all books and stuff like that. I mean, that's the thing. Like people love that stuff, but actually having that stuff and making it, that's not easy. That's not just something you can just whip up in a by setting up a perk and selling a puzzle. I mean, I sold 20 puzzles, but it's not like hundreds of. If I made the universe of the Lucent book or something, I'm sure I could sell a whole bunch of them, but
You should do that.
I don't have the time to make the universe of the Lucent book, and plus I wouldn't do that because that's part of the mystery.
Bancroft, I'm really happy with this colorist, man.
Yeah, it's good stuff. He really captured the dystopian color palette.
Yeah.
And it looks different too. It looks more like a return to
issue 2,
which I always said was like, could have just kept going with that. It was Aaron, wasn't it? He didn't like.
You say that, but can I show you? I had the guy from issue 2 do a test page. Can I show you that, and then tell me if you agree? Because you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're going to work the whole time, and that snow is just
like look at the difference.
No, I said to you first straight away, I was like, dude, that ain't snow. Like, you can't do that.
I mean, it's not even on the same planet, really. I mean, look at
it looks like the guy who did the issue 2 did the good one. So I don't know what's been going on there. Maybe he's trying new things. I don't know. But that's great.
The separation here, like how he separated all these characters and made this guy pop out and these ones pop out and these ones push back. He's added depth to it, which is really impressive. He's done a great job. And I mean, this one here, you've got an eye, you've got snow covering this guy's eye for starters. It's like, I mean, come on, bro, come on, man.
Don't put snow on my eye.
Yeah, I'm really happy with him. He's working on stuff now.
Not cool. I might steal him.
No, I'm not even telling you what his name is. His name's Mr. X. Everyone that's watching who wants to steal him, his name is Mr. X.
Consider 00 who's joined the chat. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. It says inclusion in some way or another is in the creation process is very popular. We do drawstrings, but for books and stuff, they can be. Murphy says it has slowed him down. Like doing a making of book. I plan to do that with Fractured Mind, just because I'll have all that stuff. I don't work like that myself. I have a very weird process when I'm working, but I agree. I love seeing all that stuff too.
But this is one of the reasons why it takes me a long time to do things is some people would be happy with this and they just go with this, but I can't go with this. It's the pages Rob rejects that makes Rob's pages the best. Is that what you're saying? You know what I mean, though? It's not of the quality that I'd want to see, so I can't do it. These things are hard enough to make as it is. It's I couldn't be happy if I put this out.
Yeah. No, you can't put out something. Once it's out forever. Rob, big news.
What?
Big news. Actually, I finished it about half an hour ago. I just want to show off everyone. There it is.
And that's the show. Thank you all so much. Mike, have we gone past 400 signups? Surely we have.
Oh, sure we did. We had 399 the other day. Let me check. We're talking about the Great Wheel giveaway. Obviously. We need to book in times to go around onto other people's show, I think. I don't think they're going to sell it for us.
That's probably a good idea, isn't it? Yeah, we should probably
402.
Yeah, we should probably talk about that. I kind of feel like the other guys that are in it don't really know what's happening, even though like I've told them. But they probably need someone to explain it to them.
Yeah, and it's not really that. It's like it's not their thing. They're just taking part in it. It's not their baby.
Yeah, they're like
Eric says, is Berkov going to show us the process of how Mel draws the book? No, that's a secret I'll take to my grave.
All right. Anything else, Bancroft? I'll wrap it up there. I can't believe we went for 2 hours.
I know that was a weird one.
D1 says
I will not be. I don't think so. Hang on, let me double check this. I don't want to say this. I won't be streaming. I won't be doing my show tomorrow because I'm going to be on Pop XP with Billy and oh god, I'm forgetting his name. Hold on a sec. Who's the guy who does Pop XP?
Billy Tucci.
Yeah, no, Billy and God, this is embarrassing. I'm getting really bad with
Robertson.
names. Who is it? Niall Scalia. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing that. They actually saw my one of my shorts and they were like, "Oh, that's really funny. Do you want to come on and chat about what you're doing?" And I said, "Yes, let's do it." And they're like, "It's at 9 p.m. Eastern." I'm like, "I'm sure."
What time is that Australian? Some horrible time, like 3 a.m.
No, that's when I normally do my show. So I'm like, I'm
right.
sure the Bogans can accept one night off. They always do. You got no sound. What happened to your sound?
I turned it off. Do you wish you had a wheel?
I have a wheel. We use it every day.
You lose.
Jay Lee got some signups. That's fantastic. Good. Yeah, Jay, let us know where you're launching so we can shout it out because that's actually a pretty big part of the whole thing. So I'll put you up on the calendar. Hopefully that'll help. I don't know if it will, but it's something. That's it.
All right, cool. We're wrapping it up there. I hope everyone's happy.
I'm happy about this.
Rob Law. That was good. That was a good segment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, we're going to wrap it up.
Rob is the law.
I didn't get to say this, but let's play it. Let's play this one.
That's right. Now, say my name.
Stupid sexy Flanders! Ow, my leg! This is the worst pain ever! Go! Go! Ah!